Yo, everyone, I'm here with Yaki. Yaki is an educational technology expert that lives actually in my neighborhood here in Pardes Chana Karkor, which you haven't been to yet or haven't moved to yet. You're totally missing out, right? He's been here for 25 years since 1994. I've only been here for 6 years. So let's just say he's got a few years on me on a few things. One, as a Pardes Chana resident. He's got a few years on me on drinking. He's got a few years on me as a father, and a few years on me on experience as an education and technology expert. So I'm going to bring you here the ultimate expert. Excuse the background noise, but it's all part of fun because we've been here for a few hours at the bar at Jem's Pardes Chana. Now, okay, so let's talk about disagreement because it's great to talk about things. Hello, that's our waitress. She's one of our waiters. She's pretty fabulous. Okay, so let's talk. Let's get right into it. All right, Yaki, you're saying what's our big challenge right now in technology in Israel, in education technology?
You know, we don't have any challenge in education technologies. We have a big challenge in identifying talents, okay? And we have a big challenge in identifying the greatest of people. Now, I speak to you right now as a parent, okay? The only person on earth that understands the greatness of his kids are the parents.
Correct.
Don't expect schools
Or the government.
or the government or any other person to see the beauty and the talent in every individual. Schools are designed for the average learner. The good schools in Tel Aviv are designed for the average Tel Avivians, so they are maybe better than the average school in other part of Israel, but still they are catered for the average schools, and they try usually to identify the weak points in our kids. The only person that understands the greatness of our kids is you. And
Right.
we are in the age of talent.
So let me give you an example, right?
Okay.
Now if people that follow me, I'm a radical individualist. When someone says to you, "Here's what's best for education. Here's what's best for your kids. I know what's best." Ask them is what I say. Really? You know what's best for my kids? What's their names? And they don't know. Because ultimately, who knows what's best for your kid? It's the parent.
You know, the sad thing about education is that really, people start to believe that it's the government or the government responsibility or the minister's responsibility to actually give us the best over there. They need to cater for everyone, but they are not necessarily catered or geared or designed for the individuals. Now, the biggest challenge today that we have on earth is how to change social mobility. Now, people do not understand that. If you're in Tel Aviv, you are born in the right zip code, you will get the right schools, the chances over there that you will be successful are 100% more than any other kid that lives in a different world, in a different zip code, where he do not have access to the same things. So there is no one solution for Tel Aviv and Pardes Chana, etc. The barrier is how we can actually move from where we are to move to a different social demographic level. This is called social mobility. The only way that can be done to achieve that, if you are as a parent, where you live in a certain domain and a certain community, and you give for them, you select the best school there over there, the best private teacher over there, etc. Still, the only way chance for the kids to move up is if you connect them elsewhere. And today we live in a digital world. This is where the opportunity is. Don't expect everything to come just from your physical locality, and that's the big challenge.
Okay, so what do you think are parents' biggest challenge to make an immediate difference in their children's education as an educational technology expert yourself? So if a parent can do something tomorrow, within a week, that can have significant impact on their children's education, what do you think a parent can do?
Well, today there are so many communities, like Ananas and others, communities on the web, where they can connect to those communities. Those communities are filled with people that have passion for new education, for transformation, for reforms, for things that are accessible today and tomorrow. Because if your daughter is 7 years old, if the school will change in 3 years or 4 years, she will no longer be there. So those people are passionate about, and they feel the agency of doing things right now. Join those communities. Those communities are making marvelous things for people that are passionate to look for some other people, understand, interact with them. There are so many marvelous educators over there, marvelous innovators over there, marvelous change leaders over there. Those communities, it's something that did not happen like 5 or 10 years ago. Those communities are where parents today can go, meet like-minded people, ask questions, get guidance, join the wave. It's going to happen from there. It's not going to happen from the government.
All right, so don't listen to the government, listen to anything. You have personal responsibility to make sure to educate your kids. He mentioned 7-year-old daughter because I just switched schools for my 7-year-old daughter. So just says I was responsible to improve her education, both in what school she goes to and outside of. Even though we speak English at home, we still give her private English lessons. So her reading and writing is at an American level. You too, as a parent, as an adult, you have responsibility for your kids. Do not outsource it to the shitty ass government, your local government, or any other bullshit. Stop making excuses. You're responsible. Take responsibility for your life and your kid's life. This is Yaki, the educational technology expert here, one of the leaders in the world here in Pardes Chana, my good neighbor. And if you have any questions or comments about education of your kids, leave it in the comments. Looking forward.